What's good YouTube, it's your boy Diani. Be back again with another video. Today we've got new scenery inside the park. My friend called me and he said let's go walk his dog. So I said I'll go with him. Go inside the park, and I was just thinking about a conversation I had with one of my friends throughout the week, and said for a story like this or a topic like this, there's nowhere better for me to talk about it than inside of the park. So I said I'll just come to the park today. I have hay fever, so my eyes are a little bit squinted, but I've said that I'll still shoot this video here. So essentially, some backstory behind it. We were talking about my interest in knowledge, and I've said I'm more interested in practical knowledge than theory knowledge. And essentially that means knowledge that you can take with you throughout your days and use it. And I can't remember what we was actually talking about, but it led her to say something that stuck with me. And I said, I have to make a video on that, which is the title, where she said, everyone is a book. And to me, it's powerful words. It's very powerful words, because it's essentially saying everyone has their own story. And with books, you can see some books are bigger, some books are smaller. So everyone has different length. All stories have a beginning, and all stories have an end. And that led me to say this. Everyone is a book. God is the author, but he gave us the pen. And what that essentially means is we have free will. We have free will to decide what we want to do. We have free will to decide whether we want to go to parks, for example, like this right now, and enjoy ourselves. We have free will to decide whether we want to stay at home and do nothing. We have free will whether we want to talk to people. We have free will whether we want to or not. And to me, that is it's too powerful. It's too much for the human man to comprehend. We have no rubber to erase mistakes. However, this does not mean it's at the end of the chapter, and definitely not the end of the book. And I say this because a lot of us, we go through things and would want to forget what we've gone through and want to forget what has happened. Or we would regret it and wish that never happened. But some things happen in stories. You can reach the climax in some stories, and that's definitely the end of the stories. For example, like in Dune 2, the movie I've most recently watched, and you can see that as a two-part movie. And you can link it straight back to part one, where some things happen and you can see that could be the climax. But it definitely wasn't the end of the story. Even now that we've watched part two, there's definitely still more for the movie. So this makes me say that some things that you may see as the end of your story could potentially be the beginning of your story. We have to continue writing our story as best as we possibly can until we run out of pages. And I say this because as we go through things, people believe that's the end. They think, okay, now I'm just going to go into my house and just cocoon myself and end all things. But I'm here to encourage you that not all bad things means it's the end. If anything, some bad things are actually the beginning. And I've seen throughout my life and meeting people that the majority of people, their life actually starts after bad things happen. I think that I linked this back to another video, and I've heard this example of, there are people who, they dramatically change their life through one decision. For example, let's say I was to be a smoker, and I said, today, I want to quit smoking. So it started through the bad decision of me starting to smoke. Now, I say, I want to stop smoking, which then leads me to say, okay, how can I improve myself and switch the energy of me wanting to smoke onto something else? I move it towards going on runs. As I start to go on these runs, I realized my lungs aren't actually strong, which caused me to start going to the gym. Which means for me having a decision of starting to smoke, and this is not me advocating for you to start to smoke, but it's showing that not all bad things end as bad things. For me being a smoker led me to starting to go to the gym, going on consistent runs, and improving my life. The time will come when our ink will dry out and we will no longer be able to add to our books. Essentially, this means that there should be no reason for you to not want to live your life to the fullest as of right now. That doesn't mean go and do all craziness, but don't waste time. You should not be wasting time. The time will come when your ink will dry out and you will not be able to go back and change what you have written. And my question to you is, will the author be happy with your story? Will what you have written reflect what the author would have written if he was able to use his pen? I urge you today to not worry about tomorrow. and to not lean on your own understanding, to trust in God with all your heart. Our minds can only comprehend so much. But one thing I do know is the mind of God is limitless. So as I say to you, just trust in God, continue to write your story with God, and that's basically it.